Embassy of the Dead, Chapter 17, The Second Man. Pipkins the cat slipped past the big man with the sloping forehead who stood at the end of the street smoking. The smell of the cigarette drifted in the cold air, but it was a different smell the cat was following, the scent of a second man, a man whose clean, freshly soaped smell trailed along the street and up the short stairs to Bad Penny's front door. Pipkins climbed through the cat flap. Now the smell cut through the damp air of the flat, growing stronger as Pipkins padded up the stairs. The cat watched as a sharp-suited figure looked around the dirty room, smiling at the sight of Bad Penny sleeping in her chair. She moaned and her head lolled to one side, her false teeth hanging unnaturally from her mouth. The man grimaced. Behind him there was a movement, and he turned to see Pipkins leaping onto the table and settling down to nap. There was a piece of paper on the table. He pushed the cat from its spot and began to read, ignoring Pipkin's angry glare. A smile spread across his face as he saw the two uncrossed names. He turned to Bad Penny, reaching into his suit pocket to retrieve a pair of leather gloves. It was for the best that there would be no fingerprints. Bad Penny moaned again, turning in a fitful sleep. The suited man slowly pulled on the gloves and took a step forward. There was a knocking at the front door. The man paused a metre from Bad Penny. "We've come for the rent!" shouted a voice through the letterbox. More knocking, louder this time. "I know it's late, but you can't pretend you're not in this time. Now open up and pay what's owed. This is your last warning before you'll be evicted." The man flexed his fist, making the leather creak. He turned from the sleeping figure of Bad Penny, strolled to the kitchen, and quietly let himself out the back door. Maybe it wasn't her time yet. Besides, he had more pressing matters in hand, the small matter of a boy who had something he wanted. So that's interesting, isn't it? Who do you think these two men are?
I think I know who the second man is.
Who?
Mawkins.
No, because Mawkins is like a spectral figure. He's not like a human person. This is a man who's clean and freshly soaped. So Mawkins wouldn't stop to take a shower somewhere.
Yeah, it's very, very curious.
But remember, so we've got a big man with a sloping forehead, and then the second man who is in a sharp suit and who's nice and freshly washed. Do you remember right at the beginning, that very first chapter, when they were digging up the grave? Remember, there was a big man who was doing the digging, and then there was another figure who had done no digging, and he was wearing a sharply tailored suit. Yeah?
Mm.
So
I think they're, what's her name's assistants?
Fenris.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think this is the... So Jake is not only being chased by Mawkins and the Embassy of the Dead, he's
But also the imposters.
Yeah, well, these two, I'm not sure they're imposters. They're two men who are helping Fenris.
They could be imposters of the embassy.
They could be. That's true. We don't know yet. We don't know anything about them. So, but they're dangerous, obviously. So the plot thickens.